We met in 1975 when we joined a production of Jesus Christ Superstar.
May the 12th.
May the 12th. A day that will live in infamy.
A piece of history.
There you go, babe. Oh no, the first rehearsals for Superstar. They wanted to find out who could dance and who couldn't, you know. And they found out that we couldn't. But we had to do these things. We had to run across the stage, you know, in a balletic kind of way. And
can you give us an example of what
no,
you used to
not
do?
right now, no. I don't have my pumps on.
Oh.
And Graham ran across the stage and it was like a giant oak tree coming down as he fell to the stage, crashed in a big heap and sprained his ankle, and I thought, that's the end of him, not going to see him again. So we had an auspicious kind of meeting.
And I remember you and somebody, I think it was Adrian, carried me over to the washing machines.
Is that right?
Yeah. And they had two washing machines for all the costumes. And they filled one with hot water and one with cold, and they lifted me up and dunked my ankle in the hot, then in the cold like that, to get the swelling down. So that was my introduction. And but it worked. I thought I'd be fired because if you can't dance in a show like that, you're not really any good. But it was great, and we became very good friends. You were a great dunker. All the apostles were in the same chorus dressing room, and Russell's little space was next to mine, and we used to sing Beatles songs all the time during rehearsals and during the show. And then I started to sing a couple of my songs. Love Another Bruise I started to sing, and Russell kind of heard me singing it, and he'd always say, well, what's that? And I say, it's a song, it's called Love Another Bruises, and he started to sing it with me, and it sounded great. So we said, oh, let's make a tape. So we hired the MD of the show, of the orchestra, Frank, who later joined the band, and he played piano, and we made this little demo in the pit of the orchestra before everybody came in one afternoon on a cassette player. And it was rather crude, certainly by today's standards, but it sounded great. I mean, it really did. And when people heard it, they went, wow, it sounds great. There was something there, and it was very magical to hear it.
You know, over the years, the many years that we've been together, we always try and do something different, you know, either each year or maybe, you know, twice a year if we feel it's necessary. And, I mean, as you can imagine, after all this time, it's difficult to come up with something that people haven't heard or seen. I mean, you know, even getting wardrobe that looks different anymore is very difficult, you know, because we've been through everything, you know, tight jeans, spandex, you know, sequins, blah, blah, you know, so it's difficult. And before this incarnation of the show, Graham said, you know, what about opening the show with Now and Forever? And, I mean, it was his concept, you know, we come out, you know, in darkness, just a spotlight on you. It's a cappella, you know, till I start playing guitar, and, you know, he says, people will go nuts. And, you know, it works. I think it's a great surprise for the audience. And once again, it's to true Blue Air Supply fans, it's a song that they're very familiar with, and it's never been presented like that before, so it was a great way to start the show, and very different for us.